We are committed in knowing most things that we fail to understand the basic things of life, and that's where all this whole thing begins to trend. We understand the possible knowledge, we feel the assumption, and we proclaim the possible understanding, and where all this thing must head. Biafra has become one of the most enlightened proceedings, and of course, if we reject ourselves, then who's gonna accept us? Who is gonna accept us? And that's one thing I must say. Who is going to accept us? Enwere ife nkwuru before wee sị gịnị na onye mara ihe ọ na-eme ya ọ marakwa ihe ọ na-eme n'oge erugo mgbe onye ọ na kwesịrị ịma na enweghị onye fụrụ anyị n'anya. Nobody loves us, so we're not going to hate ourselves. That's just the truth. We cannot hate ourselves. Because we are not loved by others does not mean that we should hate ourselves. Keep saying this thing with every honesty. That if I na-ezi ụka mmadụ wee ghọta na njem kwesịrị inwe nkụcha. Yes, that's the truth of the matter. Njem kwesịrị inwe nkụcha. Ihe ọma niile anyị megoro ka anyị wee bụrụ ndị anyị bụ wee so n'ife a na-eme kwesịrị ka mmadụ gbanwegodi wee ghọtakwa na enwe ebe ị ga-eru wee jụọ onwe gị ajụjụ si n'ife a na-eme ka o si eme, kedu ife o jizi eme otu a. Ọ bụ ya bụ eziokwu na kwesịrị mmadụ ịpụta jụọ onwe ya ajụ si ife a na-agụ na kedu ife ọ ji agụ na kedu ife anyị megoro ọ ji agụ na. That is why I must encourage every Biafran out there to at least do the needful and make things work the way it should. And when it happens like that, a lot will be made in accordance from where we begin. So along the line, things must be frustrated with every formation, every possibility, and one of the biggest truths is making sure that Biafra actualization does not put us in that cord of failing. We must stand up to what is right. What is right must be outspoken. So ka anyị na-azọnye ije ebe anyị kwesịrị ịzọnye ije, na-ejekwa ebe anyị kwesịrị ije. One of the most important things here is that a word is enough for the wise. That's very, very important. When that finally happens, we can now, on our own, tell ourselves the truth. Biafra has come to stay, and it will definitely stay. There is a level that one will get, and it's either the right thing is done, or you continue to face more breakable plates. We are one people who will not give up, and most importantly, there are virtues that should be spread in accordance. We must continue to put ourselves in one gospel phase, and as that gospel phase has continued to be one of the records that we ought to break, one must understand that there are figures that mustn't be exempted, one which will bless and please everybody. And that's one way we can continue to break records. So as we push ourselves into proclaiming more possible facts, we must know that things should be done in accordance. We must know that things should be done in accordance, and that's where all this whole thing begins. Now, Biafra is one of the most important gospel that we ought to preach, and of course, if we preach them, we ought to understand them, we ought to put them the way it should be, we ought to live at large, and we ought to write it down. Now, there's a covenant that stands between the Biafran people and as well the people of the international bodies, that I have now realized that there are more breakthroughs to what we spread, to what we share, and to what we perceive. One which must be very important. Now I'm shooting video. We should understand that if we are promoted in one way or the other, things must be done in accordance. So the freedom of Biafra has become one of the most positive impacts that one must get, one must understand, one should keep pushing. We're not going to relent, we're not going to stop, we must keep moving. Biafra is one big gospel that everyone must hold up to. It's one big gospel that everyone must realize. It's one big gospel that everyone must occasionally and intentionally fixate and push through. So let the story be the way it is, where Biafran people must treat ourselves more knowledgeably the way it should be. And that is what I must tell people, that Biafra has become a field of knowledge, that the international bodies have now come to a connection to understand our pains, to share with our problems. And of course, the gospel of Biafra must be spread together with the gospel that has to be spread. Ụmụ Chineke, ka anyị jide ka esi wee jide uwe kụwa anyị.